So we're gonna need a topic. We're gonna need a topic. Now, we got Pepe over here saying boost. Super Afro Boy is ordering food. We have an hour, so that means we can be a little more generous with the topic and not, or be a little more abstract with the topic. Ordering food, squeezing food. I don't know, I'm like imagining like a ketchup bottle, squeezing a ketchup bottle. Boost. Let's say, fast food. Come on, see, you were kind of thinking what I was thinking. You were kind of on the same speedy delivery. Actually, that's better. Let's do speedy delivery. That's so much better. Oh, I like that so much better. Because I was like, okay, Super Afro Boy is talking about food. Let's do food. You're talking about boost. Speedy delivery. I love that. Because delivery, that's so active. It's such an action. That is it. Speedy delivery. Thank you, Pepe, for giving that to us. 1 hour is about to go on the clock. Bam. Here we go. 1 game, 1 hour. I'm using Dreams. If you don't want to use Dreams, you don't have to use Dreams, but, you know, I'm leading by example here, so probably you'll just use Dreams, and that's fair. Speedy delivery is the theme. We could just leave Pepe's message up here the whole time. No, I probably won't. Okay, so what am I gonna do for speedy delivery? Speedy delivery. Oh, I love that. That's such a fun title or topic. Okay, so let's say boopy boopy. We got to think about game structure. That is one of the things that I realize it's really important to me to prioritize game structure. So let's do that. So I'm gonna just have, if it's a delivery, then you're gonna need to begin somewhere. Dude, these are gonna be awesome. I'm very excited to see what y'all are gonna come up with. This is a really good topic. Okay, so let's say, it's a game. We know it's a game. Game begin. Keep it real simple. That leaves a lot of room for something else to be done, right? Right. Okay, begin. Let's get it centered on here. Boop, boop. Okay, make it nice and big. Now it would be, nope, so don't do it. See, I was about to say I shouldn't focus on aesthetics, but I'm going to. But you know what I've learned? I've learned that I shouldn't. If I ever think that I probably shouldn't, I shouldn't. Yes, let's talk about rules. That's really important. So no, there are no rules, no guidelines. Here's the only rule. Don't be a troll, right? Don't like come through and give me a sculpt and be like, it's a game. No, it's not. Right? Like that's it. Like whatever a game means to you is a game to me, because obviously there's so many genre bending games out there. It's possible to come up with something that is unique as far as what a game is. So if it's a game to you, it's a game to me. And even if you do just come through and say, all I did was a sculpt, I'll be like, this is a nice sculpt. You actually did make a nice sculpt. So I'm not going to be a jerk about it. But technically the guidelines are just make what a game would mean to you. That's it. Thank you for asking. It's an important question. Begin! So what do we begin with? Yes, I don't know. Don't worry about that. Yeah, don't worry about that. Just put it in there. Make it a big gadget, and then I'm going to have a timer that kicks it off, gets us started here. I like to keep this pretty short. We could have like a countdown. I mean, racing. I'm so tired of racing. I'm not really tired of racing, but I just, I don't know. I get bored with it. So let's say at least making it. So it feels safe. It feels too safe. And I want to go outside of that. You shouldn't if you don't want to. I mean, delivery speedily. I mean, what else are you going to do besides a race? I don't know. We'll see. What am I going to do besides a race? So begin. We want this to last. I guess I want to say after like let's just say let's say 0.7 seconds. And then that message will appear. Just getting this basic stuff out of the way so we know it's a game. We're ready to go. Begin. And then we can leave this up for a certain amount of time. Actually, you know what we should do? We should just round this up and just have it there right at, well, maybe not. Well, we do want to round up. So I'm going to get this. Let's make this a little higher. What's up, Kif1984? Welcome on in. Good to see you. Always a pleasure. I'm going to make this, sure, 1 second. And then I'm going to have that rounded up. So that way it will stay visible for that amount of time. And we'll have this kick that off. So we start, nothing's happening, begin. And then in theory it would go away, but we have to reset this. Okay. Begin. And then it goes away. That's a little short. Yeah, I think this is important stuff to get out of the way first. That's a little too long. Come on, 3 seconds. Okay, so then we don't want to keep score. What's the score? Why is there a score? We should have a finish too. I'm going to end it as well. So let's just say finish. Yeah, I really want this out of the way now. I do tend to appreciate getting them out of the way now. Finish! I like saying that word. Finish! Okay, finish. Okay, so maybe it's more of an obstacle course than a race or something. So then that would come up, and then similarly, I'd want pretty much the same kind of thing, except we just want it to get started right away whenever that happens. I'm gonna get a node. What's up, Yeah Brown? We got Yeah Brown in the house. Big shout out to Yeah Brown for supporting Hyper Game Dev at the super subscriber level over there on Patreon. Much appreciation. And Yeah Brown joins the ranks of Pierogigon, Pepe Plays, and Danny Kaka. So thank you so much for that support. It means a lot. Speedy delivery. Isn't that kind of interesting? I mean, it really worked out. I can't take too much credit for it. I think Pepe really is the one who came up with that one. I know. Well, we're going to see. I'm kind of stalling. I'm not really stalling, but I have some time to think while I set up the beginning and finish. I don't know. It's just something I've been trying to do. I'm going to get a node that opens up. Much love. Mwah. I'm going to get a node that opens up from the outside. So that way, as soon as we're ready, we can just hook up into that. This actually has been really useful to me in the past when I'm like, oh my God, we have 5 seconds left. And I can just plug it up and we're good. So I'm not even going to name the score. I'm not even going to name it because it'll still work, right? If I take like, if I take like a switch, and I plug it into here, and well, actually we shouldn't plug it into there. We should plug it in. It kind of depends. It depends on what the score metric is, which I'm not sure of yet. But it's nice to have these stamped down already. But if we hit play and do this, you can see it's going to increase regardless of whether we name it something, because it's just like the default naming. Okay, cool. So there's that. And then we'll say that when this goes in, we also want to post the score. That's important. And then as far as scoring goes, so I'm going to say game end up here, game end. So I can just hook it up right at the end. And then I'm even going to give it a little, I don't know, just a freaking, I don't know. That was unnecessary. I did do it though. And then this one is going to be point scored. Don't know what the points will be, but that's okay. Point scored. And then we'll have this power on our score modifier. All right, so that's just the way we're going to get started. Let's get a little zappy and then a flag. I think that makes sense. So these are both input nodes, which means when I'm ready, we can just plug it right into there. And I'm going to give this score gadget colored color. So that way it's just easier to come back to. And yeah, that's all we got right now. And finish is already started. So we need to plug that up just like this. Okay. So now that that's sorted out, I do actually think this should be a little longer. Let's say 4.1. What? I don't know. Okay, so what are we gonna do for the actual speedy delivery? Let's see. So what kind of a delivery? A paper delivery? Just watched Paper Girls the other day. That was a fun show. I don't know. Let's just be kind of experimental with it. I'm just gonna like, what if it's okay? What if it's ants? What if it's ants delivering eggs? I don't know. That's my idea. So let's do it. This is a not great segment for an ant. Let's get a good ant segment. I don't know. Maybe just a cylinder. Yeah, it doesn't have to be great. It just has to be good enough. Representative. Thanks, yeah, Brown. I don't know. It's just, I'm thinking back to like Sim Ant. Remember that game? At least I had it on Super Nintendo. I don't know. I feel like it was a PC game, probably more so, but I had it on Super Nintendo. It was one of my first games, and I loved it. I thought it was the most fun game ever. So we're going to make Sim Ant today. Okay, we're not going to make Sim Ant, but something like it. So I guess we should make the bottom bigger, right? And then the middle, there's one of these is a thorax, one of them is an abdomen, and then one of them is the head. I have a guess as to which one the head is. Okay, let's make a sphere for the head. Again, it's pretty silly, but that's okay. We're still in the same sculpt, so this is not going to be a very dynamic ant, but that's okay. We don't need it to be. Let's bring these a little closer. Leaves. Well, you know, if you ever played Sim Ant, like, I think, like, you have to, like, take eggs, like, to the queen and stuff or something, or or food, maybe food, right? After all, that was the original inspiration for this topic, so maybe food should be it. But I seem to remember moving eggs around. Maybe it was, like, between nests or something. So, yeah, maybe eggs isn't a good idea. Look at you, Yeah Brown! Look at you, Yeah Brown, you helped me cheat. Thank you. Thank you. It's not really cheating. Really, the hard part is like making it more so than the ideas. It's both. It's both. All right, let's get these a little closer together. We just want to evoke an ant. We just want to evoke an ant. Maybe makes sense. I love it. Okay, so that's that. Oh, this isn't one sculpt. Oh, I thought it was one sculpt. Well, still, we're still going to keep it all together. Cool. So there's our puppet. I'm going to get a actual puppet. Now I'm just going to use the group. So that way we have some of those puppet settings already. I don't care for the actual puppet itself. So let's scope this ant body into our puppet. Give it a little spin around. There we go. And we'll just get it in there like that. Now I want to make sure it's not going to collide with anything. So I'm going to make sure... Okay, please don't. I don't want to hear anything about what this looks like. Oops. So let's say that this is not collidable. Oh, it isn't? Are you sure? Well, let's just say that for sure. I'm even going to label this as friend just to be super safe. Nothing's more annoying than being wrong about that. And I'm going to say that it does not collide with friend. All right, so there it is, no collision, super great. And then I'm gonna also, hide the puppet so we don't have to look at it because it's not really what we're interested in here. All right, so now we should really just have a nice little doopy doopy. It does not look like an ant, I'm just saying. Put some legs on it, I think we'll be good. I think we'll be great. Actually, kinda could look less like an ant. It could look less like an ant. So let's get some legs in here. I'm just gonna keep it stupid simple. Let's just get a curve. Make it zoop. It's nice having an hour. I can focus on like some of these because we did 15 minutes last time. And I gotta say, this is nice to be able to be like, you know what? Let's design it a little. Let's put some love into it. It's actually wonderful. I don't know how to make this look perfect, but I don't really care. Okay, all right. I feel like they have little footies at the end of their feet, but it's okay. Let's make it a little smaller. They have pretty good sized legs. Maybe if it's just like thinner, more narrow, that'll be better. Okay, great. That's our ant leg. It's kind of a sexy ant leg, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. So let's just do, we can actually do these in separate. Let's make them all separate. And then we can like kind of animate. And in fact, let's just animate it now. I'm gonna get another microchip. We made this microchip scoreboard blue, so I'll know where it is. This, we'll just make it with a little body on it, so we know it's our puppet. And then I'm gonna put in here I guess we could do a keyframe. And I'm gonna make that keyframe do a little something. Let's say, not that. It would be nice if the starting point was right here. Doop, just like kick out a little. It's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad way to design something, but hey, it's a jam. So I'm gonna say, let's just have it. I guess we could just have a node and we'll just say if there's velocity on the puppet, then the legs start moving. So I'm gonna hop into the puppet's interface chip, which will be right on here. Zoop, get into that controller sensor, puppet interface. There is velocity. And we are approaching the first 15 minutes. I have got a little game structure set up, so that's good. I'm focusing on aesthetics a little bit. Yeah, for sure. So there's the velocity, and I'm gonna say, I don't even know if we really need to do anything other than that. Like, I feel like that's gonna be fine. Now, it would be nice if it went back and forth, actually. So let's get a signal generator. Yeah, even though it's going to be weird, I think it's the best way to go. Signal generator will give us a nice little floppy signal, a little wobbly, wavy kind of thing. There we go. I'm going to plug that up, and then we'll have the velocity go into that. And then if we power it, we'll see something. That looks like something. That looks like something. It actually really does. Oh, we got to put this in the puppet. The leg is not actually in the puppet. That'll help. Oh, shoot. What? Okay, we have to redo that. That's okay. Give it a little kick out. It might be colliding as well, so we want to take that into consideration. Let's make sure it doesn't do that. No collision, especially not with friend. Okay. Great. Oh, it looks awesome. So then all we have to do is clone this, and they'll all move the same, and that's good enough. 6 legs, I remember that much. I would guess 2 of them are in the front. I don't know, we'll just put on the side. Let's flip it around. Get one more. And the good thing is, since we're cloning these, the keyframe is going to apply to them all. So we don't have to make fresh keyframes. And it'll just do that. It'll just do that. That looks totally normal. I'm sure that's how ants move. I mean, if we really wanted to mix it up a little bit, we could like have a couple of these with a different keyframe, right? And then that could like give it a little more variety. And then we could change the timing a little bit on one of these generators. And then it'll kind of have a little more variety there. I mean, is it more like one side? I feel like it's more like one side, not like front and back. I'm just guessing though. Let's go back to before. Yeah, right there. There's our new one. They can walk however they want. Oh no! You're telling me the thing I need to hear to keep moving, but here I am not moving. And focusing on the aesthetics. Let's try, this is really silly, but maybe it'll just add the right personality to it and everything will be fine. So I'm gonna put a not gate here so we get an opposite signal, and then that's it's not moving at all. Oh, because we need to do that. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Looks awesome. So we're gonna hook this up to the velocity by just plugging it right into the signal manipulator. Now, because that not gate is on, it'll kind of already be staggered, which actually looks pretty good if you ask me. That doesn't look that bad. I don't think that looks that bad. Let me shrink this a little bit. I don't think that looks that bad. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, buddy, that's our ant. Let's go. We got a little bit sticking out at the end. You know, I wasn't going to improve the back end, but now that I see that leg is sticking out, I think that is the perfect excuse to do so. None of that. Yeah, we don't need all that varying looseness. Are we actually in the right place? I just saw it wasn't blending, so I wasn't sure. Let's get... Blend, damn you, blend. Okay, we're in the right sculpt and everything. Oh, there we go. We weren't. Nope, we weren't. Okay, so get that down. Do we want a hard edge? No, this looks fine. Look at that. It looks like an ant so badly. Look at that ant. Okay, wow. I didn't know I was such an artist. It looks really silly. It looks really silly. I hate it. I slightly hate it. Okay, let's just do... this. We're gonna stop on aesthetics real soon here. I promise. Okay. I promise myself. This is one weird ass ant. Alright, there we go. And then let's give it some color. Everyone deserves a little color. And we gotta sculpt in. What's this color? A little brown, a little red. Ooh, it's a fire ant. I don't know. Then I'm going to start thinking about ideas about fire ants, and we don't want all that mess. So we'll just do that. We do have to do the legs as well. So let's do that. Give it a similar brown. Maybe even a little darker. I don't know, legs are darker. I don't know. I'm just trying to make it look like I made artistic choices. Although really, it just looks like I didn't match it, which is what is the truth. All right, great. Game start. So what do we do? Well, I do actually want to move the camera a little bit. I find this is one of the most important things when doing just game design in general, but especially in these jams. Getting the camera just right. I spend a lot of time getting the camera right, and I don't want to spend that much time doing it. I will say the begin in the way of the puppet is very irritating. So I'm going to move that a little bit. We're going to do the same with finish. Let's put them at the top. We'll just hit one of these like that. All right. So you know what? We are kind of small, which makes sense because you're an ant. Oh, that looks legit. Man, I mean, I think we're done. This is a game. This is a game. Because it's just cool. It's just cool. All right. Let's make it higher. Yeah, so we kind of feel like we're above the ant. All right. We're going to need a little more space. This ground is looking a little small. So I'm just going to give it a little more room. Maybe a lot more room. I honestly think that the fleckage kind of looks good. It kind of gives it like this dirt look. So, you know, it's an ant hill or whatever, an ant colony. Do we want to be underground? I would say don't think about that. That is definitely for the last few minutes if you have time. Period. All right, so there's our ground. All right, it's a very quiet game, but that's okay. So there we are. We're making moves. We're doing stuff. One more thing that I would do is change the bones. Although, to be honest, I kind of like the way that it moves without changing the bones that much. But yeah, we should change the bones. So I'm just going to delete all of this, and we're just going to make the entire ant the hips. So that it will give us a little more control. It's looking a little crooked. So let's also clarify the legs. Now we could just put the legs in the group with the body, which it's currently not. I think you should do that. Please, God, please do that. Please don't try to use procedural for this. Really not gonna work out great. I think we just put that in the group. Oh no, we did not. Okay. So we want to make sure we have the legs. Oh, right, because the legs are all separate. So let's get them all together. Grab it, scope it in. There we go. Almost. There we almost went. I think we're in the group. And now it should keep its body together a little better. Not that great. Oh, okay, let's turn off procedural. That just might fix that. See, now we're getting hung up on some things that I'd rather not get hung up on, but that's okay. It goes like that. Okay, yeah, so procedural is what the problem was. Great, awesome. We could even let's add a little sound effect. Yeah, let's add a sound effect. I'm gonna try. Is my PlayStation camera plugged in? It is. Hopefully we have audio. Sometimes it doesn't work right away, and we have to restart the creation, which would give us a nice chance to save, which is always good. Let's get... That's not a microphone. I'm in the way. I gotta get out the way. Oh, where's that microphone at? There it is. Okay, I think it's gonna work. Okay, that's our walking right there. And let's hook that up. We can just have that like play. Where is... I don't know sound mode. Where's the grid? Okay, so I'm gonna put this right here. Sure, in our character chip, that makes sense. And we could say, we could just have it loop, right? Just have it go loop-de-loop. Ooh, ping pong, that's even better. And then we'll say just whenever this has a signal, it'll play it. Hell yeah! It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. There's something in there that ain't... There's something in that's different. What's up, Shane Boitou? Shane Boitou says, love these streams. Oh, well, thank you. I absolutely love what I love about Dreams is that players can be able to make story maps and all sorts. For real. I mean, there is so much possible in Dreams, and you really don't need a lot of... you know, you don't need a lot of experience in the PC software that is normally needed to do all those things, which makes it so great. Super Afro Boy says, quick break to eat. What a G! Wow! That's gangster. Wow. You said, yeah, it's an hour. It's a little too much time for me, but I love that. That's awesome. Good for you. You got this. Confidence. Its sound makes you feel like an ant is walking right in your ears. Well, then I have succeeded. I've done a good job. I do want to, let's get the start offset. The backwards is ridiculous. We need to do a loop. It's too ridiculous. I needed a little tick here. Yeah. Sorry about the ear thing. I apologize. You're generous. I don't know. It sounds kind of like an ant. Let's kick up the movement speed. I feel like we're a little slow. Ants aren't fast, but they're not that slow. So to make it faster, we'll get into the puppet stuff. What's up, Cerberus Jin? Jin the Cerberus with a Cerberus wave. I assume that means that there are 3 hands? No, it's usually 3 heads, not 3 hands. Yeah, brown clarifies. No, it doesn't sound like there's ants in my ears. No, I'm totally lying. I know, you're just playing. Let's make it faster, right? Seems a little on the slow side. Just 2 hands, right? Yeah, I knew that. I totally know how Cerberus works. Yeah, I do. It feels slow. I don't know. I don't want to feel that slow. I want to feel fast. If I'm a little ant, I want it to feel like I have superpowers. The acceleration, I'm not loving it. Faster, 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 faster turn, just everything fast, 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 fast. Oh, it's slower because the acceleration. Other way. Nice. Oh, this is silly. I like this. I like this. Okay, so now what? Now we have to deliver something, right? We've got kind of a nice, like, groundwork here. I'm gonna give it a save. Why ants? Well, the topic is speedy delivery. It's ant drifting, yes. It's speedy delivery, and I just thought back to, like, Sim Ant, this game I used to play as a kid, and it was like an an ant colony simulator, and you had to like deliver food and eggs between colonies and stuff. So that was just kind of what popped in my head, and we're going with it. So this is ant. I don't know. I don't have time. We only have 30 minutes left. We're already halfway through. I know, right? I have to imagine that there's some indie games out there that have given it the love it deserves. Let's also make this begin thing matter. And let's say, even though it's kind of silly, let's say that while it's active, you can't do anything. You can't move. So I'm going to say that if this is full, and I'm going to also include this one. If these are full, although this one will fill up, so I wouldn't do that if I were you. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Although then that's going to do that. So let's just do it like that then. We'll just have it start like that. Now that's going to keep looping. So we do have to put, it's really dumb. It's not dumb, but it's annoying that we do have to just like put an empty wire in a timer. So it just resets without looping. But if we put that empty wire in there, then it won't start. And we have to get another way to do this. So let's just get a not gate. Or actually, well, that's why I usually use a timer to start the timer. Just make it really short. Look, my brain! Okay. Don't have it loop, though. So there will be a split second where you can move before it starts. All right, just have at it, speedrunners. All the speedrunners come out for this. So I did use a not gate, but I just realized I don't need to use a not gate because we have a input on the controller sensor that will turn off all the controls. So that probably will be the way to go here. So let's say that from this, as long as that's active, no controls. And then I am going to go ahead and force possess. So let's make sure that works. Yep. Okay, so we need to be delivering things. We're officially about at the halfway mark. So it's time to start getting our mechanics in place. All right, so I'm gonna get a separate microchip for that. Mechanics, what's a mechanic-y microchip icon? Probably the one with gears. That seems like it would make sense. I'm gonna make it white as well, just to go with that Metal Gear kind of vibe. Not Metal Gear Solid, mind you, just Metal Gear. I mean, it is a solid color. Anyway, so what do we want to be getting? Well, we said food. In Sim Ant, they were just like little balls. I'm not a big fan of the derivativeness going on here, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Are you kidding me? All right, so this is our food. And in Sim Ant, they were actually green. I think we're going to really go all in with the Sim Ant reference. Now, look, I'm not going to imitate like anything else about the game, so let's say it's a reference. It's a subtle reference. That's all. Like what Pepe has said here about Metal Gear Solid. It's just a reference. It's not the game Metal Gear Solid. It's just a reference. Just like that. This is just a reference. It's not Sim Ant. Okay. So that's food. Now we need to get it somewhere, right? We're starting in one place and we need to take it to another place. So where do we need to take it? Let's create a zone or an area for that. I'm gonna use a sculpt. Let's get a nice big old disc. So where does food need to go? Where the colony lives. So let's make a big ant hole. Let's just make an ant hole. I guess they live in ant hills, don't they? Oh yeah, the ant hole. No, it's an ant hill. So let's do that. I'm gonna get a doopy. That'll be fun to like climb up and stuff. This is gonna be kind of fun. I'm actually pretty excited to play this. Getting my own hopes up. That's not a bad sign. All right, so let's do that. And then we can just cut off the top a little bit. Just give it a little cut off. Actually, we could just flip this. And then we'll even have like a little actual hole. That's pretty cool. Let's stretch this out. Zoop. Dunk it in. Zoop. We should also make the color, because the negative color, or the color that it's cutting out, if that makes sense, that is going to be based on what color we choose here. We want it to look like a deep hole, so we're just going to make it black. Darkness. It doesn't even look like a hole that much anymore, but it will. It will. Let's give it some more varying looseness. And a little blendy. And then we'll stamp it in. Where's my imp? Where'd my imp go? Okay. I might have lost my cursor. Okay, great. Anthill. Beautiful. We could even loosen it up a little bit. Give it a little more of a crumbly vibe. Probably should be a little dirt color. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh hell yeah. Damn, that looks like a damn anthill if I ever saw one. Sorry for all the cussing. Jeez. Okay. I just wanna be a part of this anthill. Oh yeah, it's too tall. But it's an ant. Nothing's too tall for an ant. I am actually gonna dunk it down and make it bigger. And then it's probably still gonna be too tall. Or too steep, but that's okay. We can change that. We can fix that. What I'll do is I'll come into our puppet again, the puppet settings, and we're gonna add the slope angle. We're just gonna make it pretty high. Up we go. Very nice. It's the flying. Why are you flying? Maybe that's my acceleration. It's probably the acceleration. Just like over accelerating it. Maybe some more gravity. Just give it a little extra gravity. That's good. It's a little too much gravity, but that's better for sure. I didn't think that was going to improve it so much, but it really did. Okay, great. There we go. Anthill. It's a little easy to get stuck in the anthill. That's okay. So now we need a way to pick up the food. So how do we pick up the food? Now we could make it simple and just have it just attract to the ant. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's do that. So I'm going to put a so now we need a microchip for the food itself. I'm going to put a follower on here, and we'll just have it go seek the ant out. So we need to put a tag on the ant. That is the one we want for it to attract. I'm going to open up the puppet chip, and I'm just going to put a player tag on here. Looking for that right there. And I'm going to say player. Now, you might even want to move this because it's going to all attract at the feet. I don't know where ants usually keep their food. I guess they put it in their face, right? In their mandibles, which we don't have, curiously enough. That's okay. So we'll put it like right there. So this is where the food is going to be attracted to. Okay. And then, I mean, it might even just, oh, we need to specify the tag. Make sure that says player, and it should just go, bam. Now that's a little close, or a little, let's push the ant further away, or the food further away, so we can, I know, okay, well, since you asked, I'll do the mandibles. No, it is, especially now that we have the food, it does seem a little silly that if there isn't. So, okay, let's do it. So I'm gonna get, actually, we could just use the leg sculpt, but here we are. So let's make it, it should be a little like a little like curly, like a little grabby, a little bit of a little grabby grab, a little sharp too on the inside. It's not that bad. And then let's pull it out. Now they're not gonna be like animated or anything, but in theory, oh, this does look a lot better. Good call, sir. Totally worth it. Let's make them separate. So if in some bizarre world we like this game so much we want to update it later, we'll have the option to, that does happen. Sometimes I keep working on stuff. We'll have the option to animate them. Color is not great. It would be nice if it like matched the legs. Where is this even at? It's not in the puppet. I can tell you that. Is it? I guess it is. Well, why aren't the legs in here? Where are the legs? Here? Okay. And it looks fine? Okay. Oh, we just turned off procedural to make that work. Okay. All right. Magnetize. Yeah, that's how I eat. I would be very scared. That would be a choking hazard if I've ever heard one. All right, so we are not going to worry about matching. We'll just make them, you know. Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened with our grouping. Our grouping just went rogue. There, that'll have to do. It looks a little satanic, but that's okay. So I'm going to move the food super far away. So that way we can test the distance. Because I don't want it to, so let's say, I'm going to move it to just outside of what I think it should attract. So I don't think that should attract it. I think that's too far away. So we're going to come into these settings, and we can see there's, you can't really tell, but there's a big green dome. We're about to shrink it down, and this will determine how far or close the tag has to be before the food starts gravitating towards it. So that should work well. I think it's a little slow. Let's give it some strength and some speed. Let's see what that's like. Okay, so that is not a great attraction. So we're gonna want that to be super strong, just like go big. Nice. And so there it's stuck on there. It's not right on the face, but what we, yeah, see, now I'm just thinking we should have used teleporters. Because ultimately, I think I'm just going to use a teleporter. Also, I'm going to say this shouldn't collide because it's just going to cause more problems that we don't want to deal with. So I am actually going to say, maybe we should just use a teleporter, you know? And we could just have it be gradual, like it gradually attract, so it doesn't have to actually attract per se. So we're gonna get a, what do you call it, signal manipulator. I'm gonna plug that into here, and since teleporters can actually gradually be turned on and off, we will do that. And we'll say that a trigger zone will determine if we're close enough. So it's very similar to what we just had before with the other thing, the follower, but this zone is just kind of independent instead of being bundled with something else. Now it's already going to the puppet in general. I think I would still prefer the tag. I mean, whatever, just have it be the puppet. That's fine. Okay, let's see what happens. Nice. So that sucked up very quickly, and it disappeared. So that's concerning. Where did it go? Where is it? Did it destroy itself? Thanks for stopping by, yeah, Brown. I appreciate it. Sounds good. I think you'd accidentally just eat everyone's food if you were at a restaurant. That's true. Yeah, Brown is heading out. Yeah, the after show. That's it. That's it. You already know. Just head over to the Patreon. The link is right there. Thank you, yeah, Brown. Yeah, that would be very dangerous. Why is it destroying? Oh, because it's just falling through the ground. Yeah, that makes sense. Right, because we didn't hook it up. Yeah, that'll do it. So we need to make it collidable again. As much as I didn't want it to be collidable. Well, just don't make it movable. It doesn't have to be movable. Who said it has to be movable? All right, let's see what that looks like. Okay, it's not teleporting at all. Let's see why. All right. This is supposed to be looking for the player. Oh, because we did this. There we go. Okay. Here we go. We're in good. Collab me on the concept. Oh, okay. Hey, you know what? And no shame. Like, if you want to, if you feel like, even if you have the full hour and you feel like what you made, you're like, I don't feel proud of this. It's okay to just collab me into something, right? And keep it private. Totally fine. And, it's all good. If you don't have enough time, I appreciate that you tried. That means a lot. No judgment. Thanks for letting us know. I'm excited to see what you come up with. Yeah, so you can send it to me. Oh, look! You can send it to me. You can collab me in, share it with me. Shout me out in the description. We'll find it. This works great. Look at that. Now, what I would have to ask next is what happens when we have multiple pieces of food? What is that like? So let's clone this. It already is going to have all the logic attached to it. There's one. There's another. All right, so they just kind of like get on top of each other. I have a feeling it's going to be chaos, but I'm very curious just to know what happens if we put collision on. Because we could just like also have a number that increases every time you get a new food. So that way you can just know how many you have. It might get a little silly if we have like so many pieces of food everywhere. But silly isn't always bad. See, it's colliding with the puppet. We'd want to say don't collide with the puppet. Although, I will say, there's something about that that's endearing. Like, if you ever seen an ant getting food, my battery is fine, okay? If you've ever seen an ant getting food, it's kind of awkward. So, like, maybe that makes sense. But why aren't they colliding with each other? They should collide with each other. I don't exactly know the answer to that. Maybe because of the teleporting, it just like overrides it. Okay, so that's just gonna have to be fine. Well, I'm curious. I'm gonna keep cloning a bunch. We're just gonna go way over the top and see what this is like. Get a bunch, get a bunch, get a bunch. So it slows you down, but it doesn't seem to be slowing me down more if there's less. I mean, that little jitteriness is not that cute, but that's okay. I kind of like it. You just go in there and you dunk it. I like it. I think it's cool. I don't know about the jitteriness. Don't worry about it. Let it go. Let it go. It's gone. Although we could probably fix that by moving the tag position. Okay. So then it shouldn't collide with the puppet much. A little bit. But this is good. You can see the mandibles. It's kind of funny. Like, look at that. It's freaking silly as hell. Nah, I don't know. No, it's fine. All right. I don't know. I'm sitting here. I'm indecisive. This always happens with the hour-long one, where there's like a moment where my brain is just like, With the 30, the 45 minute, there wasn't that moment. I was just like, go, go, go. But with that little extra 15 minutes, there's time for my brain to just like short out. Okay, cool. So we got all this. I want to have a number that tells you how many you have. It's a little silly, but I want it. So I'm going to put that on the puppet so that way it just stays with the puppet and we don't have to think too hard about that. So I'm going to get a text or a number displayer and we'll keep track of how many food. So this is going to be the score as well and what's going to determine the score. This is going to be a little tricky what I'm about to do. So goddess help me. So we want to say, let's get a counter. Counter seems like it makes sense. Here's a counter. And I'm going to have it go up to a bajillion. And okay, that's a little too bajillion. Yeah, I don't like it when it goes into negative. I don't know. I don't like it. Oh, shit. Okay. Come on, undo. Undo! There was too many bajillions. There's a point when it's just too many bajillions. So we just want to go a little bajillion. That's better. Okay. So every time one gets close. So how do we know it gets close? Well, I'm going to put a trigger zone right back on the puppet. Just like that. And we want it to be a little smaller than that. And I'm going to have it look for a label. And I'm going to make that label, let's say, object. Boop, 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 boop. Turn all those off. And then we're going to make sure we set all of these to be objects. And we'll get the label, object. And so now when we click on this trigger zone, it should flash green. It's not flashing green. Oh, it is. Great. So we have to open the trigger zone and then it'll start letting you know that this is the correct thing. So we can actually use the trigger zone to count how many are there. I don't know if I should do that though, but we could do it. Super Afro Boy is back at it. Impressive. Kept your word. I'm going to make this a lot as well. And we actually then don't need, because it's going to be kind of hard because we need to turn on and off. So maybe we just keep this number right here. The number, it says number required, or number detected. This will be fine because this is gonna, see, I'll show you. Let's get this in the scene. So it's above the head eventually here. Okay, you don't want to rotate, that's fine. Let's just make it face the camera, then we don't have to think about it. Make it bigger. And I'm also going to liberate it. That's fine. Okay, so let's see if that works. So that says 0 right now. It's hard to see, but it is going up. It just is doing it secretly. See, now it says 8. So then we can just feed this number directly into the score gadget. So that way it'll know what the score is. But we need to make this much bigger. Now we could use a minimum size setting, but I don't think we need to. It feels a little ridiculous. It's taking me out of it. It's a little immersion breaking, not gonna lie. Not that there's a lot of immersion here to begin with, but we don't want to squalor it, what we do have. Let's make this a little rounder, maybe. Give it a little roundy round, and then we can make it maybe a little brown, a little yellow. Let's get a nicer font, something that stands out a little better. Doot, doot, doot. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Nice. It's not bad. I guess we should make it the same color as the food, although color blindness-wise, I don't know how good of a job we're doing here, but I'm going to check. My favorite way is to go monochrome and then just like slightly bring it down. Oh yeah, you can tell the difference between those because this will basically work well for all of them. I mean, you can see it's pretty similar here, but it's different enough and that's good enough for me. So let's get out of that and let's make this green. It is important to match colors if you are thinking about color blindness because little subtleties in the now I'm not saying I did a good job because I didn't, but in theory you would want these greens to match pretty well. Okay, Cool. And then if we could just like center it a little better, I think that would help. Sweet. It's not bad. Definitely a different color. Okay, so now we need to do the depositing, right? We got the food. Now let's deposit. And I am starting to think we need a timer. I knew it! I knew I was gonna make it a race anyway. So let's get a zone here. And we're gonna tuck it right in. I don't know, man, the time thing, it's such an easy way, like, to time somebody's progress. It's such an easy way to come up with a score. Arguably too easy, but you know what? That's just gonna have to be okay. So I'm gonna say that this is actually looking for the object. So you have to actually put the food in there for it to register. And when you do put it in there, we want to come back to our score gadget. And we want to update the score itself. So I'm going to actually feed the detected right here, the number detected, into the operation value here of the score modifier. And yeah, that'll just increase with how many we have, right? Let's make sure. Let's make sure it does. It probably will. It's good to check. So we got 8 there, and that says 8. So then when this powers on, which we'll have it power on when this is detected, then we want to power it, just like we had set up. Point scored. All right. So let's make sure that works. Now, we don't have a lot of evidence. Like, we're not going to be able to tell yet that it worked until we get out of the game itself. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, it's a little tough. We got to go in there, drop it off. So we should have this be open now. Yes, it is open. And add is not good because it's going to double it. We want to actually set. No, we do want to add it. You just have to make sure it's quick. So let's get a pulse here. Just pulse it in, right? Signal manipulator. We're going to hit that pulse option. We're going to hook it up back to there. And what we're also going to want to do is make sure that these all get destroyed. So what we could do, I got an idea. So I'm going to delete all of these. So that way we can clone ones that have all the logic we need. 8 minutes remain. 8 minutes remain, jammers. Oh my goodness. So we want it to destroy this. So I'm going to get the detected output right here. And this will send out a signal, this detected, when the trigger zone in the anthill sees the food. Now, I will say, there is also, unfortunately, so we actually need to make that a little different, because the ant also has a detecting tag on it. That's going to be tough. Okay, so let's do an actual tag then for, it doesn't really matter which that's for. I'll put it kind of near the center, and let's just, yeah, yeah, okay, so fine. We'll say this is a food tag, and so instead of looking for object, this trigger zone, we're going to have it looking for the tag, so that way there's no confusion. So we're going to set it to tag, and we're going to move it to the food tag. Very good. And so then this should light up when it's detected, and when it does, I would like you to destroy it. Okay, and that should be all we have to do. Let's also get a score. We could even put like a score on the anthill itself, which could give us some future scalability someday if we wanted to keep working on it, since we only have 7 minutes. We could, in theory, have multiple anthills that could have different scores, and that could be important. I don't know. It's fun. It's a fun way to workshop a new idea. I'm increasingly finding that to be true with practice. Okay. So we're gonna have a similar looking thing here. I was gonna say we could make it look like an anthill, but you know what? That's too much. No, I think that's too much. Shrink this down. Let's make it a little taller even. And then we're gonna make it a little sand color kind of thing, if it won't mind. Give it a nice bold font so we can see. Okay, and then we want to hook that score up to the scoreboard. So this is like what your score is. So we're just going to output what this says directly to this anthill. All right, let's see if that works. We only have one right now. Doop. There's one. Let's go into our anthill. Dunk it. We got one, baby. Yeah. A little tough getting out of the anthill. I'm going to increase our jump height. All right, we're doing like Banjo-Kazooie enemy jump height level type of thing. I just remember those ants would jump so high. And I just thought that was ridiculous. But it was a ridiculous game, so. Okay, so let's say jump height is just higher. Zoop. So that way it's a little easier to get out of the anthill when you're, oh no, now we're flying around again. It's okay. It's a little tough getting in the anthill, but you know what? That's the life of an ant. All right, great. So now we need to have so we need a timer. We are gonna do a timer, unfortunately. It's not that unfortunate. I really don't have a problem with games that have timers or whatever. Like, it's fine. It's totally fine. It's like measuring time is very valid. But I do, you know, because it's so easy to do, I try to avoid it, but it doesn't work. One day. So let's say, how long do you have? A minute? 30 seconds? Let's say a minute. I'm going to do 60 seconds, and this will count down. And I'm going to have this be displayed. So let's get another number displayer. We're going to want to set it to time. I am going to give it the milliseconds. And we're going to hook up the actual current time to that. So if we get this started, you'll see it starts at 60 and it's going down, just like our jam. Wow. And so, yeah, let's put this at the center, near the top. And let's just keep our fonts kind of consistent here and our styles kind of consistent. There's a lot of things I'd like to add. I'd love to add feedback, like when you collect food and you drop it off. I'd love like a sound or something. That would be great. But I just don't think we're going to have time for that. So we got 3 minutes left. We got 3 minutes. We still got to package it in a dream. Otherwise, the scoreboard's not going to matter. So we got to do that. Cool. Great. There's your timer. Now we want to make sure that when begin starts, only when this is ended. So when this little pulse comes through, that's when the timer starts. And I'm going to make sure that this is, well, we don't want these conflicting. That's going to be annoying. So I'm going to move the placement of this, or we could just make it smaller. That's probably the best way to go. Oh, nope, it's still going to be where I don't want it. So we're going to have it be free flowing here. Let's get this so we can see where it is. All right. So now we'll start. It'll say begin, and then it'll stop. All right. So now we just have to put food everywhere. I would love to emit the food. That would be ideal. You know, have it be in random places every time. Yeah, I don't think we're going to pull that off in the time. It's possible, but pretty impossible. So I'm going to say, let's just put a fixed amount. And if we have time, then we'll do it. Simple as that. So I kind of want to keep it all on the same plane. That would be nice. I want to be kind of careful with the grid, because that's almost going to be a little contrived if they're all like on a grid. But whatever. You can put some food pieces together, right? Sometimes you find the food together. Sometimes you gotta go way out here to get it. Now, if I had more time, I think what I would do is I would have the food. I would put all of these out like on a grid all over the place, and then I would just have like randomly certain ones get destroyed and some don't. I think that's how I would do it somehow. But since we don't have time, now I could actually select a few of these and clone them. Oh my god, 1 minute. Oh, crappity wappity. Dangity wangity. Okay, I'm sorry I said that. Okay, so let's flip this around a little bit so it's got some variety. We don't need to do too much more here. It would be nice if there was an infinite amount, you know? I mean, look, it's only gonna be this is gonna be an interesting game. I'm actually interested to see how the scores go. Like if it's possible to like get better and better scores, like what the cap is. I'm interested to see what the score cap is. Okay, let's keep going. Oh man, the time, it just keeps ticking. I was just wondering if the time could just stop for like 5 seconds. Okay, a little longer than 5 seconds, like 5 minutes. Just give me like 5 minutes. Now, that may sound like I'm fixing to do an extension, and I am. I am. First time back on an hour getting a time extension. What does that say about me? All right, let's save it. You're gonna finish it later. That's so exciting. I love that. I mean, I've had that with a couple of them where I'm just like, yo, this is something I want to keep working on. Time is technically up. Technically, it's up. It's technically up. I'm gonna give you the time it takes me to put this into a dream. All right? I'm gonna give you the time it takes for me to put this in a dream as the time extension. So we are on a time extension right now, and that time extension lasts for as long as it takes me to get this put in a dream, which will not take long. So don't get too excited. Okay, so there's that. Oh, we didn't put a door. We didn't put an exit door. Well, let's save it. This is a game jam game. Game jam game. Ant food. Ant food get. I'm sorry. That's a terrible name. Sounds like a bad translation. It is a bad translation from my brain. So I do need to add a door. So we're still on a time extension. Just a little bit longer though. I'm gonna get a doorway, and we're gonna say that after that finish is up, we actually don't even have this timer going into the finish. So we still had a few things left there. It's hard to be perfect. I try not to be perfect. Let's do doorway. And then we'll say that when that timer ends, that's when the doorway opens. All right, now we do actually need to put this into that. So that way it posts the score. This should work. I haven't tested it. I'm gonna say that this is good enough, but technically I have not tested it. I have a feeling it's gonna be okay. I have a feeling it might be okay. So let's get out of here. I'm going to just update that dream. Like this. Very good. We can add an exit very easily. Boop. Zoop. Zoop. Get out of here. Save it, pretty please. I would love for you to save it. Thank you. And then we're going to release it. And we're going to say we're done. I am almost done. I got to put a category. It's a game. Adding tags in a subcategory. Yeah, no, just don't do that. It's action. I don't know. It's an action game, obviously. All right, we are done. Time extension over. Let's see how I did. I'm nervous because like it should work. It should work. Will it work though? Okay, so we got our food. 1, 2. We got some food in the air. We got a little food in the air. It's okay. We can still get it. We're magic ants. All right, let's see if we can dunk it. Now we got a minute. We have to take a minute to test this. That's a long time. Okay, especially without all the feedback that I wish I had. Okay, I think it's possible to get all of them. Oh my God, actually a minute isn't that long. It's already almost over. Okay, maybe you can't get them all. You know, I'm already like, okay, strategy. So maybe if I like go for the higher volume areas quicker, I gotta make sure I don't let the food slow me down. I gotta practice my dunking technique. I mean, this is not the worst game I've ever played. Uh-oh, here we go. Come on. At least give me that one more dunk. I don't think we'll get a second dunk. I'll try to get one more. Go, 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 go. Oh, we're not gonna make it. Okay, you might as well grab these. They're on the way. Come on, come on, come on, go, go, little ant. Go. Now, the controls aren't actually gonna stop. I just realized. So you can still dunk after the timer's up. Oops. No, because the score won't post. Actually, that's not true, because the score won't post. All right, it works. Yes. 13. Let's go. Woo. Ooh, that's exciting. All right. Woo, woo, woo. All right, I did my best. If you are even a little bit impressed, or maybe you're not impressed, but you enjoyed yourself nonetheless, please leave a like, give a big old thumbs up. We're not done here yet. We still have to check out what everyone else did. So if you're not ready to give this a thumbs up, that's okay. Let's see what everyone else came up with. That might push you over the edge. But if you haven't yet, please leave a thumbs up. It'll help a lot. And in case you haven't subscribed, that also helps a lot. You can also ring the bell. I am uploading videos pretty regularly now. I do a live stream every week. If you ring that bell and you make sure it's filled in white, then you will know every time I go live, just like they do on Twitch. You'll be notified of that. You just have to opt into it. All right, so that's all of that information. Let's see if we got any submissions. Pepe says, I need to come clean. I broke the rules. I made a render/model on Blender only because my PlayStation is acting up. Well, how is that a rule? How is it a broken rule? What, because you didn't make a game? I mean, hey, I'm still gonna be nice to you about it. That's not breaking a rule. I don't think that's breaking a rule. It's just, I don't know if it's a game. I hope you'll still let us check it out. Give us a link, something like that. Oh, we've got a couple things here. Let's see what we got. We've got Danny Kaka 25 minutes ago. We were collabed in. So that's definitely the first one. We have one from Pierogigon, Deliver the Food. And we have one from Super Afro Boy. And I think that's what we got. So we got 3. I think that's what equals 3. I think that's what equals 3. So far we have 3 and then plus what may or may not be Pepe's. So let's check out how everybody did. Danny Kaka with the first submission in. Flying sausage. Look at the bleachers. They're like, oh, we gotta see this flying sausage, man. You hear about this flying sausage? All right, let's check it out. Whoa. Oh, wow. Oh, this is such a good idea. Wow. You see what Danny did here? Danny, look, and it's, wait, is it even gonna work? Is it even gonna work? So who wants my hot dogs? So I'm thinking that Danny got as far as having the hot dog slinging vendor carny guy and the bleachers, and then didn't have time to make it actually score points. But you know, I gotta say, it's pretty darn... Oh, look, there's somebody! Hey! Point! Oh, Danny, you did it! Okay, well, I mean, wow. Who knew it was this hard for a hot dog salesperson? Hey! You know, it's just part of the challenge of serving up hot dogs. So maybe someone else spawned in? Hey, if we got one, that's a game. Like, that's definitely a game. It's just really easy to win. That's all. It's just an easy game. I love it. It's such a cool idea for delivering food quick. Chucking hot dogs to fans in a stadium. I love this. Good game indeed. Good game indeed. Wow. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody else, but you know, we'll just give them hot dogs in case they change their minds and they decide that that is something that they're interested in. We can just put a few hot dogs just there for them, so when they get back, you know, and they can pay for it later. Like, I think that'll be fine. This is honestly impressive. Like, you got the animation. I'm kind of curious to know. I mean, I love how you had a wiener slinger. I love how you had the last jam, you did a kit bashed game. And I have a feeling that this is pretty kit bashy as well. Nice work. We got a hot dog vendor from a Kataya asset jam by Yami no Nico. We got some randomized appearance. So you were setting up. You were ready to have a bunch of people there. We got the hot dog by Eat My Pantaloons. And we got some bleachers. We got an audience by Tracksuit Fetish. Tracksuit Fetish. And that's Flying Sausage. That is so decent. You got so far, and you only had like less than half of the time. Like, Danny, you did a damn good job. Let's do an actual round. Let's see if we can get another another person who's looking for a hot dog. Where are you at? There you are. You got it. I got you. There you go. You're welcome. Enjoy. You enjoyed that hot dog, okay, sir? You enjoyed that hot dog, okay, sir? All right. Awesome work, Danny. Very nice. Total game. And you didn't even have all the time you wanted. I got back in there because I was like, wait, did I see a person? It's kind of exciting, like not knowing what to expect. Awesome work, Danny. Very nice. Total game despite your time crunch. All right, what else we got? We got doopy-doopy-doo. We've got Pierogigon is Super Afro Boy. Super Afro Boy is next with speedy delivery service. Ooh, this is a whole service. Very nice. Nice theme following concept. We got some houses, a road. I love it. Super Afro Boy's speedy delivery service. Done in less than an hour. Whoa. Whoa! Oh, cool. Oh, this is nice. Oh, it's like Paperboy, but it's like, wow. You know what wow. Oh, circle. I was like, I can only get him on one side. Okay, and then we got some points. Wow, everybody's got packages, man. Everybody's got packages. Everybody needs stuff. This is 2023, okay? There's two Amazon trucks for every subdivision, every neighborhood, every apartment building. So this checks out. Look at it, keeps going. You like got it like randomly generating stuff. Is this endless? Let me move out of the way. There's not a timer behind me. This very well could be endless. That's impressive. I'm just seeing, so a 3 on the side too. No, this is different. How'd you do it? Do we get, is it, it is, it's remixable, endless and random. This is very impressive. Okay, and I am curious to know if there's a scoreboard. Not that I care if there isn't, but I'm curious, because if there is, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna get them high scores. Wow, this is great. No scoreboard, but you know what? That's too much, and you know what? It's gonna keep me from playing too much. It won't trigger my competitive spirit. Okay, let's see if I can get. I like that the doormats are like glowing. I don't know. It's a nice touch that just like tells me, the player, like that's where I need to go. And I'm not saying you meant for this, but maybe you did. The like L, the square, the circle, and the number, they're all white, which matches the doorstep. Oh, here we go. Yeah, packages for everybody. You get a package, and you get a package, and you get a package, and you get a package. Packages for everyone. Okay, now I want to try to break it. What? Let's see if, oh, look, and you don't collide with the houses. Nice. I really love the way we're just like cruising. It's because it doesn't have like car mechanics, right? We don't have like a pedal. We don't have a brake. We don't have any of that stuff. We don't need any of that stuff. It's just like you're moving down, you're throwing packages. I really love that you came up with a solid idea about like a Paperboy-like delivering packages to houses, and you really made it come together and feel like that's what I'm doing. The grass, you chose like the right things to convey the idea. I love that. It's a lot of fun. And look at the package. The package looks good. Good work. I'm gonna take a photo of my high score. What? There's no scoreboard. I'm gonna get something. I'm gonna get something for it. Take a little photo. That's my high score. Awesome work. Super Afro Boy. Amazing. So glad that you were able to come through, and I hope you're proud of what you made, because I know you had less than an hour and you still put it together with flair. With flair. Very impressive. All kit bashed. Nice. Well, kit bashed. You had to make those choices. Those are very specific choices. It is great. I totally agree. So we got the Muffin Man's Cargo B series box. That is very specific. That is a very specific truck. We got a nice Amazon package, very appropriate. Classic Nitro Arts Asset Road Collection. Day Ranker house. It's a nice house. And then even the grass, large and simple land grass. You made a good choice with those with all of these. Like that, like kit bashing, first of all, is perfect for dreams, and it's perfect for a game jam. And you made some really good choices. You had that idea, and you said, I'm looking out for things that create what I'm going for, and you did a great job. Because that's important, right? Like, I often eschew doing some of the more finer details that convey the world. But that adds so much to a game. And I think you choosing these nice assets, and they go well together, I think it really helps. They don't feel like they're clashing either, which is why I was very able to be like, did you make this? You could have made this, because it has a consistency. You made good choices. Rogi says solid base for something really, for a really cool score challenge. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know, like, what, like maybe you could have it be so there's like a limit on how many you can put out, but I kind of like that there isn't. Like, that kind of makes it an even more fun challenge, because you do have to, like, decide. You can't really get them all, you know? Because I can press these, but I don't think it's going to hit all the houses. So there is some strategy involved there. So I agree. I think that could make a really nice competitive game. Awesome work, Super Afro Boy. Amazing. That was Speedy Delivery Service by Super Afro Boy. What else do we have? We have by Pierogigon. Deliver the food. Just deliver the food. Just deliver the food. Please deliver the food. All right, made in 1 hour. So Rogi had the full hour. Looks nice. I like what we see here. We already have a score. 3,100. I don't know what that score means, but we're gonna find out. I like the grass, again, with the grass. We all went with some, like I put some dirt, you put some grass. Danny didn't have that. Actually, maybe Danny did. Did Danny have grass? I don't know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, there's no grass. We all were thinking grass. That means something. Okay, so let's check out Pierogigon's Deliver the Food. Whoa, oh my gosh, classic Pierogigon ingenuity. Look at this. We got a freaking, like, bowl on our head. I love that. Oh, nice, like, design here with the, like, edgeless boxes and the solid color. Looks really nice. Looks really nice. This is the delivery zone. Okay, so we need to bring stuff there, and then here we have things falling from the sky. And we gotta bring, oh, it's a tough bowl. It's a tough bowl to keep stuff in. Ay, 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 oy, oy, oy. Combo? You got combos? Oh, so how quickly, that is what a combo is. Oh, crappity wappity. I'm extremely impressed by the combo. That is impressive, because you have to add some conditions in there to say that, like, you know, if it's over, don't be a combo anymore. Or, you know, if it is true, then you need to multiply the score. I mean, that's just a little extra stuff that I gotta say, I mean, was missing from the entries, because you were here for pretty much all of them. And we had a 45-minute, a 30-minute, and a 15-minute entry. I do recommend you go check out those videos, because it's chaotic, and the results are impressive. But I didn't see stuff that was this, like, you didn't have that, like, extra score thing, a combo, or, you know, designing the text displayers to look a little nice. This is thought out. Okay, let's see if we can do better. So Rogi got 1,800, 1,300. Oh, for crying out loud. I'm just like, let's hurry it up. But it's like, please don't hurry, because I will make you lose. Feeling like a Chiquita banana person here. I love it. Also, like the way that it follows the head. This is a very solid mechanic. Whoop, 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 whoop. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Right stick tilts the bowl. Oh, shoot, let's go. What am I going to do with that? I guess if I'm running, I could have that help me not spill as I spill them. Okay. Okay, get them all in there. Come on, come on, let's fill it up. And then I don't know if tilting the bowl made it easier or worse. Oh, wait, can we just chuck them over there? Oh, okay, I'm playing that again. This was super fun. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think what I love about this and is how controlled it feels. Like it doesn't feel like chaos, really. It feels like a very cohesive concept that I can trust. Oh yeah, we can toss them. Toss them? We can toss them. Here we go. Okay. All right. In we go. In he go. All right. Whoop. All right, that's good. Gentle. Get a little tilt. Dump them. Okay, here we go. This is fun. Rogi, you've made something I'm like dangerously addicted to right now. Okay, let's see what happens. I also love the like the like sidewalk and the grass and the walls. Like, what does it mean? What does it mean? What is this world where the well, it's actually a version of hell. It's not the worst version of hell because it's fun, but it tricks you into thinking you're just in the neighborhood you grew up in. You're actually not. You're actually in the hell world that you are sentenced to be punished forever because you decided to bully this young man who came to your door to give you a really nice like baklava gift basket, a gift basket with baklavas in it. And it was just a friendly neighbor thing to do. And instead of being nice, you actually teased. First of all, for being like, why would I want baklava? I don't want baklava. Screw you. And then the kid drops them and spills them. And you're just like, yeah, that's what you get for being so dumb. And then you ended up in hell. And so it's kind of like your house. It's kind of like your neighborhood, but it's not quite. It's a little different. And that's why it looks this way. So it's actually all canon. It's actually all very intentional that it looks this way. I'm actually getting a pretty good score. I think I slowed down a little bit there, but maybe there's still time for me to beat the score. Go dump! Yeah! Woo! Number 1. Let's go. Number 1. We are out of the gate of hell. Oh, wait, you got 3,000. Why did I think you got 1,300? Okay, so I didn't quite get the best score, but you know what? That was invigorating. That was invigorating. Who knew hell could be so fun? That is very impressive. That was a lot of fun. Do we get any more? Let me just double check. I don't think so. But let's just make sure. I don't think this is for the jam. I think this is just something else somebody made. All right, that's all. That's what we got. Hey, thank you all for participating. You all are amazing. You all are very impressive. We had a really nice game by Super Afro Boy, speedy delivery service that sees you just continuing the dominance of Amazon. Just making sure that everybody gets what, well, I mean, I don't know that they need this. Everybody needs this. We know, trust me. This is the right package to the right house, all right? It may not look like it, but it is. That was Super Afro Boys. We had one from Danny Kaka that Danny Kaka didn't quite finish, but I gotta tell you, it turned out damn good. All it's missing is adding more of these little hot dog beggars. There you go. Got a score. Very awesome. Love the animation. It just looks cool. And then we had from Pierogigon, of course, Deliver the Food, which I am not going to get sucked into another round of as badly as I want to. Dump. Cool. Awesome stuff. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for participating. And then there was mine too. I guess I could celebrate mine as well. I don't know. Oh, we got a comment on it. What did you say? Was lurking the stream and wanted to try it out. Almost got 18. Love this game. Apart from feeling like an ant on ice skates. Thank you. That's helpful feedback. Hey, look. If the game was fun, despite having some silly controls, hey, I think we did a good job. We all succeeded. Good job, everybody. Even Danny, I gotta say, Danny, you did a great job. Thank you for participating. That's the end of the jam. That's the end of this. Now, every month, we're going to do 3 hour-long game jams. All right? 3 hour-long game jams. Week 1, week 2, week 3, and then the last week of every month, we're going to do a 30-minute game jam. Just so that way, thank you. Thank you. Just so that way we can have a little randomness spiced in. Thank you. That's very nice of you to say. I mean, I'm a little shocked at how well it turned out. I don't know what I expected, but it's more fun than I thought it would have been. I gotta say, I mean, big shout out to Sim Ant for inspiring so much of this. I really do think you should check out Sim Ant. It's worth it. It's a good game. It's a good old game. All right, so that's it. That's our jam. Thank you for watching. Thank you for participating.